Hey, welcome to my channel and please don't forget to like, comment and also subscribe. Today I bring a topic about they were turned away from urgent care and the reason is their car insurance. After Frankie Cook's car accident on a wet road outside Rome, her father Russell got a lawyer letter saying that owed a hospital emergency room more than $17,000 for scans and an exam to see if she had the in concussion. Audra Melton for KHN Frankie Cook remembers that last year's car crashed only in flashes. She was driving a friend home from high school on a winding road outside Rome. She saw standing water from the recent rain. She tried to slow down but lost control of her car on a big curve. The car flipped about 3 times, Frankie says. We spun around and went off the side of this hill, and my car was on its side, and the back end was crushed up into the tree. It sounds bad, but Frankie says the airbag deployed and both passengers were wearing seat belts, so she was left with just a headache when her father, Russell Cook, came to pick her up from the crash site. Frankie Cook was driving a friend home from high school when car ran off a winding country road and flipped multiple times, hitting tree. Frankie escaped serious injury, but her family quickly ran into another problem after she was turned away from the urgent care clinic for insurance reasons. And then Russell Cook, Frankie, rather than a high school junior, worried that she might have a concussion that could affect her performance on an upcoming advanced placement. And it is advanced placement test. So she and her father decided to stop by an urgent care center near their house to get her checked out. They did not make it past in front of desk. We don't take the third-party insurance, Russell says the receptionist at Atrium Health Floyd. An urgent care room told him, though he was not sure what she was meant. She told me like 3 times. And then, the problem did not seem to be that the clinic lacked the medical expertise to evaluate Frankie, and the family does have a good health insurance. But when injuries are the result of the accidents, another insurance such as auto or home may be primarily responsible for the medical bills. And then medical health insurance, if it's on hook at all, may kick in after the other insurers pays. The Cooks seemed to be confronting a reimbursement policies that is often used by urgent care centers to avoid waiting for payments from car insurance settlement. And then Russell's was told to take Frankie to an emergency room, which by law must see all patients regardless of such issues. The nearest one at Atrium Health Floyd Medical Center was about a mile down the road and also was owned by the same hospital system as the urgent care center. There, Russell says a doctor looked Frankie over for just a few minutes, did precautionary CT scans of her head and body and sent her home with advice to take some Tylenol and rest. She did not have any concussion or serious head injury and was able to take her AP exam on time. The patient, Frankie Cook, 18 years old, now a first-year college student from Rome, and also medical services, a medical evaluation and 2 CT scans services provider Atrium Health Floyd, a hospital system with urgent care centers in Northwest Georgia and Northwest Alabama. Total bill is estimated $17,005 for an emergency room visit. It was later adjusted that $11,000 and $805 after duplicate charge was removed. And what gives the cooks hit hazard in the healthcare system after Frankie's car struck that tree? More and more hospital systems own urgent care centers and which have limits on who they treat, and for both financial and medical reasons. Russell was pretty upset after he received such a large bill, especially when he had tried to make a quick, inexpensive trip to the clinic. He said Frankie's grandmother had been seen at an urgent care center after a recent car wreck and walked out with a bill for just few $100s. That kind of what I was expecting, he says. She just really needed to be looked over, so why was Frankie turned away from the urgent care center? Lou Allen Horwitz, the CEO of the Organ Association Care, says that it is pretty standard policy for the urgent care center and not treat injuries that result from car crashes. So thank you for watching and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Welcome to my channel and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Today I bring a topic about Florida's shaky insurance market may not be able to handle Hurricane Ian. 12 private insurance companies have closed their doors in Florida since 2020. In this aerial view, vehicles make their way through a flooded area after Hurricane Ian passed through on September 29, 2022 in Fort Myers, Florida. Hurricane Ian has left much of southwest Florida of a disaster zone, and the storm is on track to mess with one of the most volatile insurance markets in the country. Ian made a landfall near Florida's Punta Gorda on Wednesday afternoon as a Category 4 hurricane, bringing huge storm surges and high winds. It has since degraded to a tropical storm, but despite the lower intensity, it is still predicted to flood parts of central Florida. And according to the National Hurricane Center, South Florida shuts down as Hurricane Ian approaches. It's the first hurricane of this intensity to hit the state since Hurricane Michael back in 2018. According to Axios, there are already signs of widespread damage to a personal and commercial property. Videos posted on social media shows destroyed homes and cars underwater. Houses are destroyed and some are floating away, and as Ian's eyeball hammers southwest Florida. This is a video from Fort Myers Beach, Florida of the Estero Boulevard by Lonnie Architects. A recent estimate from the CoreLogic, a property data provider, found that over 1 million homes in the Florida's Gulf could be at risk from Ian. The state's insurance industry could lose anywhere from the $20 billion to $40 billion from the damages, according to the insurance analyst Artemis. The Florida insurance industry was already in a bad place before the storm, because several private insurance companies shut down this year and more than 12 have closed since 2020. Quartz reported this has pushed property owners to the state-owned insurer Citizen. As their late repost, NBC News reported, The average premium in the state is now over $4,000 compared to the US average of $1,544,000. 30 insurance companies in Florida are on a state regulator watch list because of their shaky finances. Depending on the severity of property damage from the storm, it could be harder for people to collect their insurance claims. Also, according to NBC News, Dennis Rampont, a senior analyst and vice president in Moody's Public Project, explained that some of the property insurance challenges in the Florida came from state laws, and it is the state has seen a lot of moving scams and a large amount of fraudulent damage claims, report NBC News. There are two primary reasons, one of which is the environment risk exposure, or the Rampont told earlier, but another one is the legal business environment for all litigated property insurance claims. Also nationally, Florida accounts for 3/4 of those, because the state insurers has taken one on hundreds of thousands of customers in the last 2 years. Extreme weather would make it harder to pay out everyone. Some customers may not receive adequate coverage for the type of damage that has been caused by the storm, because most private and state insurance primarily cover wind damage. And according to the Orlando Sentinel, and though the storm has caused wind damage, many homes have also flooded. Florida officials have tried to curb the effects of the unstable insurance industry. In May, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a property insurance reform bill, and that set aside $2 billion into reinsurance relief, and also $150 million for hurricane retrofitting grant. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe.